Welcome to the Raw Sanity Show, where we do our best to bring some common sense. We're going to common sense a few things today. We're going to talk about the Justin Fields situation, NBA Rookie of the Year, and we're going to touch on the Cam Newton altercation. Not alteration, but altercation. Remember, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Justin Fields is in a no-win situation. Basically, he would have to win the Super Bowl, I believe, for the most of the Bears fans to be happy with him there as their quarterback. And the Chicago Bears just have been a bad organization when it comes down to selecting quarterbacks. We're going to listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say about the situation. I agree with what he stated and how bad they are. But he touched on how they could have had Patrick Mahomes, and yet who did they pick? Let's listen.
Fields got to go. He's got to go. You draft Caleb Williams. All right? Now, take this into consideration. I can sit up there and go through all the hoopla. Well, you know what? How much money you want to pay Fields down the road? Is he that dude? I know that he hasn't been surrounded with the greatest talent, the greatest organization. Ryan Post is really just taking over. He ain't even the one that selected Fields years ago. He certainly didn't hire Eberflus, okay? So it's a situation that was inherited, basically. And when you look at Justin Fields, it's not that great. But here's the thing that stands out of my mind. This is why you absolutely positively cannot stick with Fields, even though I think he has tremendous potential. And whether it's Atlanta or whether it's the Pittsburgh Steelers or somebody, they should strongly consider him bringing him on board. Here's why it can't be in Chicago. Caleb Williams is considered a stud. And because he's considered a stud with such tremendous potential, do you want to be the franchise? A franchise, by the way, who already passed up on Deshaun Watson, who already passed up on Patrick Mahomes, and did so in the same draft that they moved up in to get the number 2 overall slot to draft Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky is who the Bears took over Patrick Mahomes. Maybe they didn't really take him over Patrick, but Patrick was in that draft, and they selected Trubisky. Now, Justin Fields, let's get into his stats. His stats does not look bad. I mean, Justin plays. He's been progressing every year, but the dude is going to have to win a Super Bowl in Chicago for most of the Chicago fans and the pundits to look at him as a successful quarterback for the Bears. And let's put that in context. Win a Super Bowl. It's 32 teams in the NFL. Even if you would rotate the Super Bowl each year, it would take 32 years. 32 years for each team to complete that cycle or for that cycle to be completed. The word on the street is that Fields or that the Falcons are interested in Fields. And I hope that's true. I hope he goes there. Rookie of the Year, Chet Holmgren versus Victor Wembanyama. Hey, this is a close race. I believe it should be a close race. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you take out Victor's splash plays, because that's the reason I think he's really leading the Rookie of the Year race, or I believe he's leading the Rookie of the Year race because of his splash plays. He have better highlights than Chet Holmgren. But if you look at their their stats, uh, Chet Holmgren averages 17.2 a game, rebounds 7.7, assists 2.7. Now you look at Victor Wembanyama, he has played in 54 games. He's averaging 20.7 rebounds, points, rebounds 10.2, assists 3.4. Now when you get into the field goal percentages, that's where Chet is better. The 2-point field goal percentage, Chet 54.4, and 3-point field goal percentage, Chet 39.8. Victor 2-point field goal percentage is 46.7, and his 3-point field goal percentage is 32.7. So Chet has been more efficient, a better shooter than Victor. But Victor has more splash plays. What do we like to see? We like to see splash plays. He's on ESPN more, and TNT talks about him more. Charles Barkley calls him must see TV. And he is. But so is Chet, because Chet can put the ball on the floor too and score. But I think what's kind of hurting Chat is that they got another bona fide superstar that gets a lot of pub, and that's Shea Gilgis. He gets a lot of pub because the dude is a superstar. But don't be surprised if Chet Holmgren wins Rookie of the Year. But I don't think so. I think they're going to give it to Victor Wembanyama because of the splash plays, the way this dude can play, the way he blocks shots, even though Chad is right up there with him. But I think they're just going to give it to him. We're going to have to wait and see, though, for sure. Cam Newton came out like a mature adult and apologized to those other folks, the other crew. He's been working with them, I think, for a while. But Cam, I appreciated the way Cam stepped up to the plate, did not make any excuses, accepted his responsibility, and said, hey, don't be like me. Be better than me, so to speak. Because as Cam said, he could have been in a coma. He could have threw one of those guys over the balcony. You know, somebody could have committed manslaughter and been in jail for upwards, 10 years or more? Can you imagine that? And as one of Cam friends told him, hey man, how about your family? How about this? How about that? But see, here's the thing. It's okay to talk trash as long as nobody take it personal. And me as a grown man, I really don't talk trash with young teenagers unless they're a close member of my family. That's the only time I talk trash because them, I can tell them, hey, okay, that's enough. Because they have that respect for me. But when you're talking trash to young people and they don't have or they lose that respect for you, they don't know when to stop. Even if it's grown people and you're talking trash, sometimes it goes overboard. Somebody hits below the belt and then there's a problem. I don't know how this situation started, but we can see how it ended, and it wasn't good. It just wasn't good. But I definitely appreciated the way Cam Newton stepped up as a mature adult. See, because all adults are not mature. That's why I want to stress the word mature adults. And that's the way Cam came across to me. Hopefully, this situation never happens again. So, thank you. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for taking time out of your time to watch and listen to the Raw Sanity Show, Common Sensing.